Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm pretty excited for this video because I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel called Two-torials, and it's basically just going to be 2 looks using 2 palettes. I know it's not revolutionary or a super new idea, I've definitely seen people do it before, but I just decided to go ahead and call it Two-torials because I thought it's more of a catchy name, it's a little bit more fun, it's not as long, that way I can put the palette names in the title as well, so it's not like 2 looks, 2 palettes, Devinah blah blah blah, luxury Chromebow blah blah blah. It would be like the longest title ever, so I thought Two-torials would just be a great little tiny little name to put it all together. So I was inspired to start this series by Dolly Mama Beauty. She did a video a while back talking about palette partners and just basically talking about different palettes that she likes to pair together, and I thought it was a really great idea because I love pairing palettes and looking at them, and I feel like you put 2 old palettes together and it's like you have a new palette, new color combos, new inspiration. It's really fun to go through your collection and do that, but I rarely do it because of YouTube. I feel like I'm always obligated to do just one palette. So I want to kind of end that, and I want to start this series so that I can dip into some of my palettes, use them more, be re-inspired, and especially with palettes that are like all matte or all shimmer, I can pair those together and get more out of them because sometimes those type of palettes get neglected. So I'm excited to go ahead and start this, and I hope you guys are too. So the 2 palettes I decided to use today are both recent purchases for me, and they are both from indie brands. So the first one is an all matte palette, and this is the new Devinah Cosmetics Secret Diaries collection, which just looks like this. The cool thing about this particular palette is that all of these shades are available as singles, so if you only like a certain shade or a few of them, you can purchase just those one and not the whole thing. And then the other palette is the Enchanted Luster Cosmetics Luxury Chromebow palette, which this is 15 different shimmery shades. And here is what that one looks like. I'm being pretty careful because the glue on this pink one has dried up and it fell out like 5 times. Luckily it did not break, but those are the shades. So let's just go ahead and jump on into the looks and add So I'm starting off with that light blue shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that into the inner corner crease of my eye. I really like doing this kind of eyeshadow technique lately, so I'm just going ahead and building that up, and you can see what a beautiful blue that is. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that army green shade, and I'm going to use a big fluffy brush and just put that in my outer V and blend upwards. I did go ahead and build this shade up a little bit extra and just lightly blend it into the blue, but I wanted both shades to have their own moment. Now I'm going back in with the blue shade and just blending it out a little bit more. And then I'm taking the deepest green, which looks very similar in the palette, but it actually is just a bit deeper and it adds a nice amount of depth to the look. So I'm just throwing that in my outer V and blending it in, just using a small crease brush. I think that's from Makeup Geek. And then going back in with my previous brush and no additional product and just blending out. Now I'm taking this really interesting light yellow shade and I'm just adding that to the top of my crease to blend out the green a little bit more. And then I'm going in with the deepest gray on the outer half of my lower lash line to add a little bit of depth, and I also just wanted to play with the gray some. And then I took the lighter gray and added that to the inner half of my lower lash line. And then I went ahead and quickly used the Berry M All Night Long Concealer in the shade Milk to cut my crease. Then I went back in with the deepest green shade and just blended that onto the outer V again, making sure that there's no harsh lines. And now I'm taking the really light green shade and I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over my lid and blend it into the deepest matte green. I am going to definitely take my time and build this shade up as much as possible. I then went into the shimmery blue shade and I put that in between the outer V matte shade and the light green shade. I just thought it would add a little fun pop since there is a like mixture of blue and green in the crease, to also have blue and green but in the opposite like side on the lid. I thought would be fun. And then I just went back into my outer V shade and just blended it all together. I also went ahead and sprayed the light green shade just to see if that would help make it a little bit more metallic, and it really didn't make that much of a difference. Now I'm going in with the lightest shade in the palette, which is like this really beautiful light white, green, blue, shimmery, glittery shade. It's really beautiful, but I would definitely recommend going with the glitter glue. I had a lot of fallout. I went ahead and sprayed my brush and that did help some, but I will definitely use the glitter glue next time I use it. I also took a little bit of the light green shade and just popped that on the lower lash line as well, blending in. Now for a lipstick today, I'm using Comfy from Cosmetics and just going to quickly fill in my lips using that. And then I went into the Conjure Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Dance Party. Moving on to day 2, I went ahead and started off with the lightest pink shade and placed that in my inner corner of my crease. I really like this shade. I think it's such an interesting tone and it's really beautiful. So I'm just kind of blending that out and building it up. And then I went into the next pink over and I put that in the outer half of my crease, just blending it out and blending up. This one is a little bit more of a mauve tone. And then I took a clean blending brush and just blended out the edges. And then I took the next pink over, which is like a light berry shade, and I put that into a little bit lower in my crease on the outer half just to add some more depth. And then I went into the deepest berry shade and just added that to my outer V, blending in. This shade is a little bit more dry to the touch, but overall it is a really beautiful shade, and I think that those 4 pink shades together just create such a beautiful berry look. But I wanted to mix it up, so I went in with the yellow and added that to the inner corner of my eye just for something fun, and then I built it up a little bit, and it is very pigmented. And then I took this interesting, I don't even know how to describe this color, yellowish brown shade, and I blended that along my entire lower lash line, and then I just took the deepest pink and blended it on the outer third of the lower lash line. Now I went into the hot pink shimmer shade and I just put that on the outer half of my lid, just tapping it on and building it up. And then I went into the lighter pink shade and just added that onto the inner corner of my eye and did the same thing, just slowly building it up. I don't find these 2 pink shades to have a duochrome that is very apparent. And then I just went in with the berry shade again and just blended over, made sure there were no harsh lines, and I finished off with the light yellow shade and just tapped that in my inner corner. For lips today, I went in with the Jar Cosmetics lip liner in Nude and the lipstick in Kimchi Doll, which I thought would be interesting to try and do a little like really light combo. I just tapped that into my lips, and then I went in with the Conjure Cosmetic lip gloss just because my lips looked really dry and I wanted to add a little bit more hydration. Alright, so that was both looks using the palette. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I thought I would go ahead and quickly give my thoughts on the palettes so far just because these are newer to my collection and a lot of y'all seemed very interested to know how I feel about them. So first off, with the Devinah palette, I did use every single shade in here, and I am already pretty familiar with the Devinah Cosmetics matte formula, so I can safely say that I do like this palette and enjoy it, and there are no duds here. The only shade I noticed this one seemed like it was a little bit different. This one is not as soft as some of the others, but it still has good pigmentation. My favorite shade in here is definitely this blue. It is so stunning. It is such a unique shade. I love this. I also really love this pink. I definitely want to use a look like that's using the blue and the pinks. I also love this deep green a lot, so I thought that this palette was really nice, and I just love the Devinah formula, and it just makes me that more excited to go back and pull into the shades that I already have from them and keep using them because they have a lot of really interesting matte tones, so I do like that. So now for my thoughts on the Chromebow palette, I have to say overall I'm a little bit disappointed in the palette, so I'll show you guys what it looks like again. I think you can tell right away that some of these have different formulas. Like these two here are like more like they've got like super glitter in them. This one is a little bit creamier, it's a little bit like thicker, and then some of these they have pigmentation but they just feel pretty dry, which is kind of confusing. I feel like the formulas are a little bit all over the place, and like for example I'm wearing like the two pink ones here on my lid, and I just don't feel like, I think that they're beautiful, I think that they're pigmented, they work, but I don't know if they're worth the price tag. Like I don't think that they're that unique. I think I could get a very similar look out of other light pinks that I have. I just wish that given the price and everything that all of these were a little bit more metallic. I think the most unique shade in here is definitely this one right here. I have it on my inner corner and I'm not sure how much you can see, but it has like a pink yellow reflect, which I think is very interesting. And there are some really pretty duochromes in here. Like this green one goes all the way to purple, and I am definitely interested to keep testing this out and use it more and get all my full thoughts. But at this moment I just don't think I can say that it's worth the price because it was really expensive, and I just feel like I wish that the overall formula was a little bit more consistent, and I think I would probably recommend just buying these. I believe that these are supposed to come out as singles, and I would probably just recommend buying the few shades that really speak to you rather than the full thing. For example, the green one I used in the first look, I like it, but it just feels pretty dry to the touch, and I just felt like it didn't do anything spectacular. This shade right here is super beautiful. I think I'm going to need a glitter glue with that next time I use it. So like I said, I will keep testing this out and I will give an updated review sometime in the future, but that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are excited for this series. If there are any particular palettes that you would be really excited to see paired together, please let me know. I have 2 future videos in mind, all with Juvia's Place palettes that I would like to do. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.